Hi guys, welcome to Educating Shanny, where every Tuesday I answer your questions. I'm Shanny and I'm recovering from an eating disorder. Hi Shanny, hi! Okay, so as you all know, if you all follow me, then you know that this week is extremely busy and extremely packed, and I took on way more than I could this week because it's positivity week, so I'm posting a video every day for that, and then my other videos, and then it was supposed to be my year anniversary video, but I'm not going to do that this week. I'm going to do it next week. So anyway, today I would just love to do another unedited, I'm really sorry, but probably long again because it's going to be unedited, just where I sit at my computer and answer your questions because I have so much other editing to do and things, so it just would really help me out if we could just do it again, and you guys don't seem to mind them, so why not? So yeah. Okay, so let's get started with your questions. Okay, well, Ophelia G says, can you talk about your eating disorder you had when you were 5? Yes, I've talked about it before, but I'll just give you a brief thing if you don't know what it is. When I was 5 years old, I developed binge eating disorder, BED, which is basically just overeating if you don't know that already. But and I developed it because I was, my mom had to go to work and my siblings were all in school and my caretaker was just neglectful of me, and I very quickly started to feed myself at such a young age, and I also started like getting addicted to the food because it became my comfort. Like it was the only thing that got me through the day at the time, is what it felt like, and so it just became an addiction because I used it as comfort, and I would like sneak food into my room, and I would hoard I would hoard food under my pillow and things like that and eat it later. And that's unfortunate, but that's how it happened, unfortunately, and unfortunately I already said that. And then that went on until I was 13, and that's when my bulimia developed. So yeah, that's all. Really good times, let me tell you what. Okay, there was something about the vegan, hold on, wait a minute. There was a vegan thing that I really wanted to talk about and I can't find it now. I'll just tell you. Okay, so somebody left a comment about how I had done a video, I think it was the last video, the last Ask Shanny, I'm not sure. But anyway, I was talking about Freely the Banana Girl and how I have always like I really try. I give her a chance. I'm subscribed to her. I watch her videos. I really try. And I was talking about how I just don't agree with her approach of how she comes across. I get her message and I think it's a great message. I really do. I support all of my vegan friends. But I was talking about how I didn't like feeling like I was a murderer if I ate animals or animal products. And so somebody left a comment, and I'm sorry I can't find it right now, saying that, you know, basically it is murder because we are paying for them. We are paying to have this meat killed for us. What's the word? We're paying to have it to make it all work in the whole worldly workness of the systems. So basically we're murdering them because we pay the people to raise them and to slaughter them and to give them to us and to treat them poorly and all of these things. So basically we're a murderer, and I have a really big problem with that. So after I filmed that video, I had a question in my mind and I wanted to ask because I know that a lot of my viewers are vegan, thanks to Emily Vegan Flower. Hi Emily, I love you. I love her so much. See, her approach is awesome. I love her approach. She's very kind and she is very passionate about it, but she doesn't make you feel like you're a piece of shit if you eat meat. So I'm sorry, but that's true. Sorry Mom, I can't edit this one. Sorry, oh well. But anyway, so yeah, so I have a lot of vegan followers, and so I have a question in my mind that I want answered, but before I just want to say, this is not me judging any vegans, this is not me like bashing on anybody or trying to bring up, you know, hard feeling. Like, I'm really genuinely curious because I have so many good friends that are vegan, and I'm genuinely curious about it. I look into it, I watch Freely, I look into it, I'm studying on it. Like, I'm genuinely curious. I'm not saying I will be vegan or I won't be vegan. I don't know yet. But right now, I have a lot of questions. And this question that I thought of is one that won't leave me alone. And so, stay. If you could see how this camera was balanced, you would laugh so hard. Stay. stay. Hold on. We need to adjust this. Well, that's broken. Okay. I'll just tuck down then. How about that? Nope. Okay, so I'll talk while I do this. So what was I talking about? Crap. I don't know. But anyway, I am genuinely curious. I really am. So here's the thought that I was having. Freely talks about this all the time, about how we are murderers if we eat animal products at all. And here's my question. There is a chain. There is a food chain. We've all heard of it, and unfortunately that's the way the world works, that we have a food chain. But here's where I get caught. Like I get the whole not wanting to eat the animals because they do have hearts and they do have brains and they do have families and all of that. But have you ever thought about the fact that they are not at the bottom of the food chain? They have other living things that they eat. They eat bugs, they eat mice, they eat plants, if you want to call that living. Like, they eat things that live too and that have brains and that have families. So would we be promoting murder if we let them live and then they go and kill smaller animals? Does this make any sense? I'm probably not making any sense, and I'm really ignorant on this subject, and I honestly just want to have a civil conversation about it. We don't need to be mean. I'm just genuinely curious about it. So answer that question for me in the comments below. What's the difference? Like they eat living things too, so us keeping them alive, they eat things too, and that's the food chain, and that's why we have the food chain, in my opinion. But I'm also very open-minded, and I would love to hear anything you have to say, so tell me that. That's my biggest question that I have. I have a whole bunch of other questions, but I will maybe I'll do a whole video on it, because I have a lot of questions actually, but that was the main one that I had. Okay, Sophie says, do you know how to play any instruments, or is that something you're interested in? You have such a pretty voice, and I feel like if you learn to accompany yourself with guitar or piano, you could have so much fun with it. Thank you, that's so sweet. I do play the piano a little bit. I actually have made a video where I sang, and I wrote a song for Danny, and I recorded it. I was playing the piano and singing at the same time, and I will put that video in the description below if you missed it. I wrote everything. I wrote the piano, I wrote the words, I wrote the singing and the lyrics, and I wrote everything for it. However, I took piano every week growing up. I come from a very musical family. Everybody in my family is the most beautiful singers and piano players and flute players and violin and however, I was never ever good at reading music. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't. I can do basic notes and things like that, but it's very difficult for me to play and look at the music at the same time. I'm not coordinated enough to do that. I was in choir throughout all of my school years also, and it was really hard for me to read and sing the words at the same time. It was hard to read the notes and read the words at the same time. It's just always been difficult for me. I don't know why. I just can't get that connected anywhere. So I make up songs myself on the piano. I just play by ear, and I don't play that often. It's really not that often. So to answer your question, I'm very interested in it. It's just that I can't do it. I've tried so many times, but I could always try again, because you never know. So. Okay, I'm gonna sing so that you don't get bored. Claudia, my good friend Claudia Cursamakers, would you like to do a hair tutorial? Would you like to do a hair tutorial where you make a nice braid or hairdo? I've seen some nice hairdos on you over the past videos. Or would you rather not, because it's not good to focus too much on appearance when you have an eating disorder? Thank you, Claudia. I'm fine doing that. I've been asked that a lot. I don't know why. Well, right now it's gonna look bad that I'm you guys think I do good makeup and good hair because I look awful, but who cares, really? Who cares? I'm trying not to care, but I get what you're saying. That's your point that you were making, but I don't see, listen, okay. I think I've explained this before, but I will try and explain it again because I don't even know how to explain it. How did I explain it before? I don't even know. Who knows? Okay, basically, my thinking is, obviously looks are not the most important thing in the world. The most important thing is your insides, not like your guts, or those two. You gotta have good guts and juiciness in there. But the way you treat people and the way that you serve people and the way that you smile at people and make people happy and treat yourself well and treat others well and contribute to society, and like that's what makes you beautiful, you know. But the outer appearance, I also think it's really important to be confident with yourself and comfortable with yourself. And for some people, they need hair and makeup to do that. I do. I'm not going to lie about that. When I do a video, I barely have any makeup on right now, but when I do a video with no makeup for you guys, I get more self-conscious. And I don't know if that's because I'm comparing myself to people in the media. I probably am. But I also just feel better. Like, I literally feel my eyes look bigger when I have mascara on, or my hair looks better when it's done, or whatever. Like, and it's not about what's on the outside, but it's also important to feel confident with yourself. And I think it's fine to, I mean, you will not, they're lying. If there's anybody in the world out there that says, I don't care at all what I look like, not even a little tiny pinch of an ounce, they are lying, because we are human beings. We are wired this way. We are wired to be attracted to different things. That's how our brains work. And I don't believe anybody that says that they don't care at all what they look like. I don't even believe it. But if you do believe that, I'm sorry if I'm offending you, but I don't believe that. I think we're human beings. We're not perfect. And so we also have imperfect thinking. So I don't really look at it that way. Like, I'm good focusing on looks and inner beauty. Like, there are all kinds of things we can focus on, but I'm just saying that outer beauty shouldn't be number 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Like, there's other things that are more important, but that doesn't mean you can't have that on your list of things that make you feel good. So I don't know. So anyway, will I do one? Yes, I will someday. I'll do a hair and makeup tutorial if you guys want me to. How about you tell me in the comments below, and if I get enough comments, then I'll do the hair and makeup tutorial part. You're welcome. You like how I'm bribing you with just more self-centered videos? That's what YouTube is. Okay, I'm gonna sing some more until I find a question. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, Rita Silva says, "Hi Shanny, here's my question. While you're binging, what are the thoughts that go through your mind? Stay strong, love from Portugal." Thank you, Rita. Stop doing that. Thank you, Rita. What are the thoughts that go through my mind? Well, it's funny you ask that, because I don't have thoughts that go through my mind. When I do binge, I'm getting a lot better, don't freak out, but when I do binge, I keep myself distracted. I watch TV, or I watch YouTube, or I play a game on my iPad or whatever. Like, I don't think. That's the thing, and I'm not sure, like, I don't think anybody does while they're binging. I think that everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but I would think that most of us just kind of zone out and go somewhere else while we're doing it, because that's part of doing it. That's part of the eating disorder, is wanting to escape whatever it is that you're going through in your head. And so you want to get away from the thoughts. And so I pay attention to the food. I pay attention to what I'm watching, and that's it. I don't think about like my personal thoughts. However, right before I do it, I do have thoughts right before it happens. Like, if I just know that it's going to be a binging night, like, you can just tell if something triggers me, if something's like, I just know it's going to happen, then the thoughts that go through my mind before, unfortunately, are thoughts of like validation that it's okay for me to do it, even though it's not. But those are the thoughts that go through my mind, and those thoughts come from my eating disorder. You know, Ed will say things to me like, you know, you've had a really hard day, like, you should just binge and purge. Nobody's gonna know, nobody's gonna care, it's not gonna affect you, you're fine, blah, blah, blah. Or he'll say, you're gonna feel really sick tomorrow if you don't do it, because you've been doing it for so long that you should keep doing it, otherwise you're gonna get withdrawals and you're gonna feel sick. Like, that's the only time that I ever think about doing it, about binging. And then the purging is hell, and I hate doing it, but I often do when I binge, because I can't breathe after I binge, and it sucks. So bottom line, you guys, just if you can avoid it, please do. It's not a good life. It's not a happy life, but there's hope, and I'm coming out of it, and I'm trying, and that's what matters. So, okay, Miss Alice Cinderella, I wonder, have you ever considered adoption? It's incredibly easy to tell that right now you'd be an amazing mother. Thank you. You're empathetic, loving, determined, and intelligent, all terrific qualities of an exceptional mother. If genetics are the main factor of you choosing not to carry children at the moment, maybe God is calling you for adoption. Well, you know what? Oh, this is actually, oh, I shouldn't have even read that. Crap, I can't edit this out. I need to make a whole video about that because I have a story that goes along with that, and it's an extremely personal story, and I need to ask a few people if they're okay if I tell that story on the internet. I would love to share it with you guys. I just need to make sure, just out of respect for them. It just has to do with my younger stepsister who committed suicide a few years ago, and I need to talk to her siblings first before I talk about that more deeply. Anyway, and I will answer that question when I talk about that. So sorry I even read that. Sorry I even brought it up. But to answer your question simply, yes, I've considered it many, many times, and I still do. And you're asking that because I made a video about how I don't want to pass my genetics to my kids, but that's not the only reason I'm not having kids right now. My body just won't handle it right now. Like I can't even like push too hard when I poop, or else I have a heart attack, or at least it feels like I'm going to. And it's true, like my body's just in bad shape right now. So but anyway, Emmy Annie N says, how do I submit a question into a Q&A? Or do you just take questions out of these comment boxes randomly? Yes, I do. That's all I do. I just take them randomly. In the beginning, when I started doing this, I didn't have that many subscribers or commenters, so I tried to answer like every single one, and now I just answer whatever looks enticing for me to answer, I will answer it. So if I don't answer your question, then leave a different one or leave it again. Maybe I didn't see it, I don't know. But the best way is to leave it in a Q&A video. Don't leave it anywhere else. Leave it in the comments of any Q&A video, any Ask Shanny video, and I will see it there. That's where I look for my questions. So, as soon as I get Twitter and Instagram up, I will be asking for questions there too. But for now, just through YouTube and just find those. Okay. Where are all the questions? I can't find them. Okay, Shauna Mead, question for your next Q&A if you find it worthy. You're cute. Yes, I do, obviously, because I'm about to read it. So, you mentioned that you had braces in the past. How did that affect your eating disorder? Because I know you said your bulimia didn't start till 13, but you were binging before that, right? Sorry if I'm wrong. You're not wrong. I am 19 and I just got braces and found it is actually preventing me from eating disorder behaviors because obviously chewing is difficult and I don't want to constantly be getting food out of my braces. So it's teaching me to only eat when I'm hungry and therefore not binge at random times of the day. I could also see how purging would be extremely unpleasant with braces, not only for the gross factor, but the acid could very much damage them. Please share your experience with this. Thank you. P.S. You are beautiful all the time. Thank you. You're sweet. You guys are too nice to me, dude. No, you're not. I deserve it. To be nice, too. I'm starting to believe I deserve it, so that's good. All right, well, yes, I had braces when I was, I think 14 to 16, I think, so a couple years, but and that was right after my bulimia started, and I unfortunately didn't give a crap. I just did what I did, and it sucked. Yes, it was gross. It was nasty. Puke would get stuck in my braces, and binging was difficult too, especially because there was this one point where I had, like, my teeth were, well, they're already going bad because I don't wear my retainers, and I obviously don't take care of my teeth, and we know this. Let's not get into that. But anyway, you can kind of see how this one's a little bit crossed over. You can actually see, maybe you can, I don't know. Anyway, this tooth used to be like turned sideways and crossed over that tooth, and then I had a whole bunch of other problems. So anyway, at one point I had this, I forget what it was called, but it was basically a metal bar that long that went from there to there. So I had a bar in my mouth. So like anytime I ate or drank or anything, I would have to slurp it under the bar or over the bar, and it was a pain in the butt. But unfortunately, my eating disorder was so bad that I did not give a crap what kind of pain it caused. In fact, I think I liked it because That's also when I started cutting, and I just would take any pain over the mental pain that I was feeling, and that sucks. And I think that now as an adult, if I were to have braces again, which I won't because I'm going to lose all my teeth anyway, I think now as an adult, I think that that would be a great tool for somebody. So I guess I'll say that if you're out there and you're struggling with an eating disorder and you're pretty young and you haven't had braces yet, I absolutely agree with you. Like, this could be such a good tool for you, especially if you time it just right. Like, if you're like what I mean by that is like make the decision to use it as the tool. Like, I didn't do that. I didn't even think about that. All I thought about was binging and purging because that's where I was. But had I thought to myself, maybe I could use the pain of it as a tool to stop or whatever, then try it. Like, it's really, yeah. So anyway, you get my point. Okay, Sierra, you're one of my Mormon friends, right? For those of you that don't know, I am Mormon. I have to explain this every time. I'm not a polygamist. I don't have horns growing out of my head. I just believe what I believe, so back off. Like, I'm a good person. Leave me alone about it. So anyway, Sierra asks, do you feel that struggling with mental illness, specifically an eating disorder, has tarnished your testimony or strengthened it as you've taken more steps towards recovery recently? So testimony, what she's talking about is the testimony in our religion means that's what we believe in. That's what our beliefs are. Like, we have testimony meeting every first Sunday of the month where you can get up in front of the whole congregation and bear your testimony and say what you believe in and say what you're thankful for and all of those things. So that's what a testimony is, if you don't know that. And has it strengthened it or taken it away? It has definitely strengthened my testimony, because there have been so many times where it should have been impossible for me to live, but I did, and I know it was because of God, and that's why I believe so strongly in it, because of those experiences that I've had. If you guys saw the video that I talked about where I almost died when with the toothbrush situation, and I had a near-death experience, and I should not have survived that. I won't give you too much more details because I want you to go watch the whole thing. I will put that video in the description below. Go check that out, because I tell a story of how it absolutely was not possible for me to do what I did in order to save myself. So go watch that video. And then with everything else, absolutely, it strengthens me, and it makes me feel like God is with me, because I feel the opportunities that He gives me. It's just up to me to take them. I think He gives all of us opportunities. And again, you guys, if you don't believe in God, that's fine. I don't care if you do. I know you're a good person, even if you don't believe in God. There are plenty of good people out there that do so much good for other people, and they don't believe in God, and that's fine. I'm just telling you what I believe in, and that's what I believe in, and I believe in it strongly. So yeah, it's definitely, I used to always think it was a curse, I guess, if you want to call it that, but now I think it's a blessing. It's a big blessing, because I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be the person that I am today. I wouldn't be helping all of you out there had I not gone through what I went through. And then I definitely feel blessed, because, one more thing real quick, I feel blessed because before I started my YouTube channel, you guys, this is kind of personal, but sort of personal, I don't know. I'll unpersonalize it a little bit, but I guess I'll just say that before I started this channel, I was in a place where every single time I tried something new or tried something that I've already done in the past and didn't finish it or whatever, every time I try something, I give up. I give up very quickly. I give up very easily. It lasts a couple weeks. Like, I'll get this idea of, oh, this is what I want to do with my life, and then it never lasts, or I give up, or something gets in the way and something happens. I don't know, whatever. But this YouTube channel is the only thing in my entire life that I've ever been so diligent and like stuck to it every single week. I think there was one video that I missed and Danny did it for me. Like, this is not like me. Like, I give up. Shanny gives up. Shannon gives up. Shanny does not give up. And anyway, my point with that, with God, is that there have been so many days, especially in the last month or two, that I've wanted to quit YouTube completely, and I just literally have to close my eyes and say a prayer and ask God to give me the strength to get through another video because I know it's going to help you and I know it's going to help me. And he's done that countless times for me, especially recently. So, yeah. Okay, let's, should we do one more? This is long. I'm so sorry. You guys don't care, though. A lot of you like the long ones. We'll do one more. How about that? Okay. Let's find a really good one so that we can answer it. And then so that I can go and post it and edit all the other videos. And there is so much going on around here that I cannot even I can't read and look for a question at the same time. See what I mean? I can't do two things at once and pay attention, so I'll just talk again. What's a song that I could sing? Where are all the questions? What is a song? Now I'm like freaking out about it. What is the song? Let's sing a song. What song? I can't even think of a song. If you like it, then you should put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should put a ring. No, I don't like Beyonce. I'm sorry. Sorry, Beyonce, if you ever the 0.11 chance that you see this. I'm really sorry. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Let me make sure I have the thing I need, though. I don't have the thing I need. Oh, that's right. Never mind. Okay. Hannah F. asks, I've asked this before, but can you please make a video or talk about laxative abuse? I don't want to seem annoying asking again, but I feel like it's a side of bulimia people don't usually talk about. It certainly is, my friend, and I actually made a whole video on it for tomorrow. I forgot I already did that. I already filmed a video for tomorrow, and it's all about laxatives. So everybody watch that, and we can talk about laxatives and discuss it, and I'll tell you my experience with it and things like that. So, okay, let me find a question I can actually answer to end with. Okay. I really have to poop. I'm really constipated. Every day of my life, I can't poop. This is a good one. This is a good one. Okay, alrighty. This is the last question. Coffee Thrills says, do you ever find yourself watching things related to eating disorders that might trigger you or listen to music that might trigger you? I always feel guilty for watching things I know will possibly trigger me. I absolutely do. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been getting a lot better recently. I've talked about some of these things before. Like, I've talked about some of it before. I've talked about how I used to like tape a picture to the toilet of somebody whose body I wanted my body to look like or something, to make purging more easy for me because I hate purging. I've talked about that, but I've talked about, like, in the past, I don't know. The thing is that we as eating disordered people, or at least me, I don't know about you, but most of us, I would think, get triggered so easily that it's really kind of hard to avoid getting triggered because food is life. You have to have food to eat. You can't just avoid your addiction. You have to face it every day or else you'll die. And even anorexics have to eat at least a little bit. They at least have to face food at least a little bit. So it's like there's no like getting away from that. Like you have to face food every day or you're going to die within a few days if you don't eat. So, but thank goodness gracious, Mommy, I'm so sorry. But for me, what triggers me, actually, believe it or not, is when people that I care about or look up to trash their own bodies. That's what triggers me, because I can say that the media triggers me. Of course it does. Of course I want to look like Jennifer Aniston. Of course I want to look like people that I think are attractive in the industry or whatever. Like, of course, we all do. Like, that's another human nature thing that we have, unfortunately. However, what triggers me the most is when I see my mom or my sister or my best friend or any of you guys or anybody that I care so much about bash on their own body. That triggers me big time, because in my mind, I've talked about this before, but I'll say it really quickly again. In my mind, I already feel like my BDD, my body dysmorphic disorder, is getting a lot better recently, but there was a time where I felt so ugly and fat, and like I felt like I weighed at least 3 times this much every time I looked in the mirror, and I felt like I was 10 times uglier than this every time I looked in the mirror, and I still experience that a little bit. And so when I hear somebody else say, oh, I'm so ugly, and oh, I'm so fat, and oh, I'm so this and that, then that registers with me as, well, I already see myself as uglier than you and fatter than you. So if you think you're ugly and fat, then that means I'm like even uglier and even fatter than you are, and that you think that you are, and that I even thought that I was. So that's what triggers me the most, is when it's somebody that I care about that bashes on themselves, on their looks, any body or ugliness or whatever. So yeah, leave in the comments below what triggers you. I'm very curious about this because everybody's different, I think, but we all have triggers. But I want to know what your biggest trigger is, so tell me that in the comments below. Okay, this is long enough. Thank you for watching, those of you that made it this long. Okay, so there should be another video for you today for Positivity Week, and there will be another video every day from here on out until Sunday. And then join me again tomorrow where I talk about laxatives, and then join me on Friday for a fun Friday. And please subscribe to me and join me in my journey to find recovery for my eating disorder, because I need as much support as I can get, and I love you guys, and I love my YouTube family, so, and I love my real family too, but right now I'm talking to my YouTube family, so I love you. Okay, thank you for watching. You are beautiful, you are worth it, and I am too. Thank you for watching. Bye! That was not